At the Lotus Centre, we will meet you where you are at.
Take comfort in knowing that we're here for you.
We all play a role in ending sexual violence.
Your story is important.
You know you'll be heard and you'll be believed.
So we're here to support you, no matter what part of your healing journey you're on, and no matter how it's going to look, just know that we're here.
The Lotus Centre is a program at Family Transition Place that includes all of our sexual violence services. In the past couple years, we received significant yearly funding from the provincial government, and the aim of that funding was to expand our sexual violence services so that we could provide a larger continuum of support to those in the Dufferin and Caledon area. The Lotus Centre is located out of our Orangeville office at 20 Brampton Parkway, and it's not a separate entity, it's part of Family Transition Place. So it's also important to note that although the Lotus Centre is based out of Orangeville, we also do have 2 satellite offices in Shelburne and Bolton where folks can access the services and supports.
So the Lotus Centre services any gender, age 16 and over, and they need to be living in either Caledon or Dufferin, and they're somebody who is a survivor from either historic or recent sexual violence.
Family members, friends, and partners of survivors of sexual violence can also access our services for support, recognizing the importance of having support for the natural network that supports the healing of survivors of sexual violence. Sexual violence is a broad term that is used to describe any violence that is sexual in nature and that is unwanted and done without consent. It includes things such as rape and human trafficking, but also things that people don't necessarily know about, like rape jokes and sharing of intimate videos and pictures. Those are all things that encompass sexual violence, including things like catcalling that has been so normalized within society.
Sexual violence is it's also a very touchy topic. There's a lot of shame and guilt surrounded by it. Folks who have experienced that, they really do need the support to process the things that have happened to them. The unfortunate thing about sexual violence is that a lot of it goes unreported. So it seems like, oh, this is actually like not something that's happening, but it is happening in our community.
We know with sexual violence that there's a lot of feelings and emotions that can come up with this, whether it be guilt, shame, anger, frustration, and a lot of grief and sadness. And so the Lotus Centre is here to provide ongoing support for individuals who need help, not only just in processing all those complex feelings, because there's really no wrong way of dealing with your trauma.
So we provide 24/7 crisis support for men, women, and all genders. We also provide individual counseling sessions. We provide group sessions, group support, group therapy. We also provide services at the community level to provide sensitization, awareness, education with regards to sexual abuse and sexual violence.
Accessing counseling helps individuals to deal with their emotions and the feelings and the trauma that they have experienced through sexual assault. And we do this through psychoeducation, giving them coping mechanisms to use on a daily basis.
These sessions are aimed to benefit you, to help you, provide you with a safe space so that you can process the trauma, you can process the impact of the trauma that you have gone through. Through these processes, you will be able to better support yourself. You will find yourself to be in a space where you are emotionally, mentally, and even functionally much better.
As a mobile crisis counselor, I have the opportunity to go out into the community and meet clients where they're at. That could be their home, school, could be a park, could be a coffee shop, wherever is a safe and comfortable place to meet the client. So any folks getting involved with the Lotus Centre, it is their personal choice, and it is in strict confidence whenever they're involved with the Lotus Centre.
My role is the Sexual Violence Community Engagement Facilitator, and that's just a really fancy way of saying that I am responsible for providing sexual violence education within the community, I collaborate with community partners around how to reduce barriers for individuals who've been subjected to sexual violence. Our sexual violence education is available to all groups, businesses, organizations, and institutions within Dufferin County and Caledon.
The Lotus Centre does work with community partners. Since 1991, Family Transition Place, Dufferin Child and Family Services, and Headwaters Healthcare Centre entered into a formal partnership to provide sexual violence services to our community. Dufferin Child and Family Services provides the youth and children's sexual violence services. Family Transition Place provides the sexual violence services for folks who are 16 years and older, and Headwaters Healthcare Centre provides emergency medical and crisis services. Family Transition Place is also part of the Ontario Coalition of Rape Crisis Centres, and we work really closely with our member agencies to promote awareness and advocate for sexual violence survivors.
So someone who's accessing the Lotus Centre can know that they're going to receive support from individuals who not only are specialized in working with individuals who have experienced sexual violence, but also who come from a place of understanding, care, compassion, and recognition that everybody's healing journey looks incredibly different, and we're not here to guide your healing, we're here to walk alongside you.
We are here for you to help to facilitate, your empowerment, your power, to achieve the things that you want to achieve. We go at your own pace. Sexual trauma, whether you're the person supporting them, that person, or you are that survivor, it's a lot, and the healing from that takes time.
Come with your nervousness, come with your apprehension, come with your anxiety, because that's where we are there to support you. We are here to befriend those emotions and not to separate you from them.
I would like to tell folks that they will be met at the Lotus Centre with compassion and understanding and empathy, and that the counselors that they're going to be speaking with are very accustomed to working with clients who have maybe walked a similar journey, and they will be loving and genuine and will be able to support them. If they're already telling me their story, they've already taken one very brave step. Therefore, the next step will be that little bit easier.